Oh, come on. Man, this dude's after me. It's ridiculous.
Hey, Peter, are we recording an episode of the podcast?
Yanni, hold on. I got to finish this Assassin's Creed Odyssey mission. I bought the season pass for Black Friday because it was only $20, and I just really need to get through this mission, okay? Can we, push it off for a second?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Which one are you playing?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the latest installment in the Assassin's Creed franchise, of course.
Oh, what? Are you playing a DLC?
Yes, sir. I'm playing the DLC. I only got the season pass, and the season pass, you get all the content that the developers have released. So for Black Friday, it was only $20, and I purchased it, and I'm trying to beat this level right now. So can we please focus? Thank you. Okay.
Wow, that's really cool, bro.
How cool.
Really cool. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the logs. Welcome back to Voice Logs, and welcome back to Beater's Corner. This is Beater's Corner. That was our
Oscar level acting.
That was our Oscar level acting right there. That was a very, very weak attempt at putting on a skit for you.
You say weak, I say we're going to be at the next Oscars.
You're right.
I'm just waiting for our envelope.
Yeah, honestly, like Martin Scorsese and The Irishman, you better watch out.
Yeah, we're clear contenders.
Clear contenders for movie of the year. On this episode, guys, we're just going to jump right into it. We're going to talk about a little bit about Black Friday in the week or so that this episode is. Wait, hold on. Let me just catch my thoughts. When this episode is out, it should be a little bit of time between Black Friday and everything. So let's just talk a little bit about the idea of Black Friday, and Cyber Monday. We'll just roll them in together. So, what is Black Friday?
And what makes people go crazy over it?
Well, Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving, which oddly enough is when the day that our Thanksgiving episode came out. So
oddly enough, don't you mean completely planned?
Completely planned. Exactly. Follow the script, man.
I mean, we have it for a reason.
We have the script for a reason. I mean, you're right.
Come on now.
I'm just open up the Google Doc real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Pop.
Yeah, pop. I'm gonna touch my cursor over your cursor.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
Loving it. This is real connection.
That's real connection. True friends. I mean, if you don't have a true friend until you hop into Google Doc.
That might be your best friend, but whose Google Doc are they on?
True. You gotta watch out for that. So, Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving. That Friday, because Thanksgiving is the last Thursday of November.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, it's the last Thursday of November. So, Black Friday should be the last Friday of November.
You would be correct.
That's how that works.
So that's definitely how that works. Can't confirm
that. And it's a day traditionally in the U.S. where a lot of deals occur.
A crazy deal. Keep that in mind. We're talking like 50, 60% off.
Yeah, 50, 60, 70% off. And a lot of people are, really hyped about it every year. And I think every year, when we go, I don't know if you've had the same thing. I feel like it's just kind of a waste of time.
It is a little bit, yeah.
You go and they promise Best Buy has 50% off
the
latest Samsung TV, and then you go and they're like, oh no, I mean this TV is $2,400 and we're giving you $25 off plus $100 off. So today you're gonna leave with $1,900.
You're still paying the same amount, it's just without taxes.
Yeah, it's just oh, okay, the savings just cut off the tax. Is that what it is? So. Kind of a waste of time. And then there's also Cyber Monday, which is a new thing now in the last.
Well, it's because with Amazon and everybody who's getting popular.
Yeah, all the online shopping, that occurs a lot. Then that is traditionally the Monday after Black Friday,
of course,
over the weekend.
The weekend to save all that money.
Yeah, and the thing is, I saw a meme, and in that meme, there were two pictures, and one picture was this purse that was $100, and the cartoon lady there was like, ew, she kind of had a disgusted face. And then in the second picture, it's over the picture, it said Black Friday, and it had a purse that was $200, but now it's 50% off. It's $100, but it's the same purse that was $100 in the other picture. And
Nice.
now the girl is like, yeah, yes, this is it.
My God.
Um,
I don't know. I don't really get like I get it like Black Friday. Oh, you get deals and stuff, but it's like how different are those deals on Black Friday versus another day? Like I don't get it.
that's what I'm saying. Like those deals that you're getting on Black Friday are really just like not like deals. They're just like cut down to what original price they would be anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They just have the price up and then they just cut it down to where it should be anyway, the MSRP of the
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
Plus,
I feel like some items, even like Best Buy, are like a high price anyway.
yeah,
So like get like a MacBook for like it's a stupid number. Like I'm over exaggerating, but it's like get a MacBook for like $3,000, but on Black Friday you can get it for $2,000. It's like
yeah.
okay,
I mean, if you're gonna get it anyway, maybe you wait for a Black Friday. Like, oh, I need a MacBook for school.
mm-hmm.
I'll get it on Black Friday to save the money anyway. But like generally, it's not like go out of your way because okay, sure, you're saving maybe $100, but you're spending $1,500. So it's
Exactly.
like, what kind of a savings is that?
You're more at a loss than a gain.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, I lost my train of thought. Oh, and then the other thing is that a lot of the deals are like, oh, we have 20 units, like the first 20 TVs sold are this price or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time you get there, like you have to be camping out. And who wants to camp out? Like you got
Yeah,
Thanksgiving the day before.
yeah. Who wants to camp out at a weird, like a Best Buy or like another retail store? Like I know some people would like camp out at like an Ashley Furniture's home store. It's like, why would you want to camp out at 3 a.m. at a furniture store out of all places? Like you don't got better places to be.
I need a new couch.
I need a new comforter set right now, and if I don't get it, all hell's gonna break loose at this correct moment.
I
Come
don't
on.
care about having family time or
I just
spending
want this new
time
comforter
with
set, yo.
friends. I need these comforters, yo.
I need these comforters, yo. And this is ridiculous because if I don't get those sweet hot deals, then everyone's gonna be upset.
And I'm gonna be sad.
Exactly.
So, I mean, if you need comforters, go Black Friday shopping.
Go Black Friday shopping. Forget your family. Go get some comforters.
Yeah,
It's
because
more of the story.
a lot of those stores are opening like 5 o'clock on Thursday, like which is
Mm-hmm.
the Thursday of Thanksgiving. So it's like, when are you having your family dinner? Are you eating your dinner at 1 o'clock and then getting ready to to go
No,
Black Friday shopping?
they're actually setting up tables outside, and then they're eating while they're in the line.
That's a power move.
It's this new power move tactic, yeah.
That is a power move tactic if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Just bring your entire
Bring your entire family, bring a whole table, like pop the
tailgate.
champagne or wherever. Yeah, tailgate. It's like tailgating.
Tailgate your Thanksgiving outside of like Best Buy.
That's a power move.
That
That's
is
a power move.
That is, and then what you do is you invite the employees to eat at the dinner, and then they'll let you in first.
Excuse me. That would be the best way of doing that, hands down.
Hands down. Now, generally, what we've said here is that you should wait if you're gonna buy things. Like let's say you need that MacBook, buy it on
Or if
Black
you're buying
Friday
like gifts
anyway.
for the holidays, I could probably see why.
Yeah, if you're buying a lot of good deals though, there are very good deals on games though on
Yes.
Black Friday.
For example, in our opening skit, when I talked about the Assassin's Creed Odyssey season pass, I have been actually looking for that for a deal for that pass for a while. And then yesterday I was looking through my phone and I checked out the Black Friday deals and it said the pass went from I believe $60 or no, excuse me, I think $60 to $20. And that's that's a really good deal because you get a bunch of content.
It's 50. It's 50.
It was 50. Oh, so I'm 50 to 20. That's still a good deal because you get all this content. You get a free game on top. You get 2 free games on top of that for a $20 price tag. That's fantastic. That's why I just buy all my stuff online.
Yeah, and a lot of those deals are online. Like
that's true.
For the gaming deals, a lot of them are on Steam. Steam always has awesome like they have generally very good sales.
Oh yeah.
Especially on Black Friday. The PlayStation Store and the Xbox Store also have very good deals, and I think that's where you got your deal for.
Yeah, they always knock it out of the park with deals, or sometimes they'll have deals. I remember we touched on it, I think last episode, where Modern Warfare, a game we talked about on our last episode, together, we discussed that, like, for example, the game will be $60, but the Black Friday deal for it will be like, oh, we knocked it down to $47. Like, come on, man, really? That's tax.
Yeah. I mean, it's something, right? Because the
Yes.
thing is, I've said it in my this is like way back now. If you go on the logs, like
Oh, heck, and yeah.
way back to episode, is it 3? We are
Now we're
always
going really
playing
back.
games. We're going
Yeah.
way back. Let me get my
As
phone
you
up.
as you get farther from your mic, as you are going way back.
We are going way back.
It's definitely got to be episode 3. Well,
I
my
think it is
phone
episode
is
3.
automatically programmed to open a podcast for the logs. So let me check.
And I hope now that we'll take this little break to find which episode this is, go on your phone right now, if as long as it's safe. Go and
Follow the
subscribe,
logs.
follow the logs, and just click that follow button. Like if you're listening on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts or on Google Podcasts, if you just click that follow button, it'll alert you to new episodes, so you're always up to date with the logs. It's a really cool system. And you could also do auto downloads, like on iTunes. I know you can do this on Apple Podcasts, and they'll just
You
have the
can.
episode ready and downloaded for you.
It will.
Because the episodes go up pretty early, so you'll have it ready for
And you'll
your
get a
afternoon.
notification too.
And you'll
So I
get a
know
note.
for the last one, I believe, what was it, episode 48?
Yeah, I think so.
It said a new podcast from Yanni L, the logs, episode 48, and I'm like, oh. So I had to obviously check it out, even though it was on it. I still have to check it out.
I mean, you just got to check out, see how you sound, right?
But
I'm to flex, but
I'm gonna flex, but
it is episode 3, guys. We're always playing games.
Yes.
We did talk about on that episode. We talked about how games have stayed at the $60 price tag,
Which is still ridiculous. Why is it $60? Unless I'm buying solid gold, it bet lower the price a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, on that show we talked about how they've been $60 for a very long time, and it's actually kind of crazy that they have been, because like if you see the rate of inflation, I think we compared it to movies, movie tickets and stuff like that.
Well, I know
And if
you were the only one on that.
Yeah, I'm just saying we because of we're the logs community, right?
Heckin' yeah.
So yeah, when we compared it to movies and stuff like that, and it was like, the general rate of inflation would have brought the price up to like $70 or even $80, but they've traditionally been kept at $60 because the gamers want it at 60, and that's what they fight for. That's what's like kind of crazy about games, especially when we're looking at it in terms of Black Friday. A game like Modern Warfare, which came out
I think October or something.
October,
Like towards the end of October.
towards the end of October. Yeah, I mean, in like a month, it's at $38. I've seen at GameStop.
I know some games really don't deserve the $60 price tag, and it's just kind of like a cash grab. I feel like I know some games are getting better. Like, for example, I know, what is it, Zombie Army Trilogy, where you're just fighting like zombies, like German zombies. It's kind of like a standalone game. It's like, what is it, like $30?
Yeah,
Or something like that. It's like, it's like a manageable. Like, games should be like manageable to an extent where it's like, like you're gaining. Obviously, like video game companies, they got to get a profit. But I don't know. I just feel like some games really don't
that's
have
hard
the
to
$60
do,
price
right?
tag. Yeah, it's really difficult.
Because like you see like a game where you're like, okay, this game is 20 hours of gameplay and it's a $60 game. Is it worth it? But the other thing is, okay, like we talked about, I think on the last podcast, like Jedi Fallen Order. That's like maybe like a 20-hour gameplay for the game. I mean, it's worth like the $60 price tag. Sure. I mean, other than like all the problems that it had, it's much better at like a $30 or $40 price tag. But in terms of the game, I'd say, I'm a Star Wars fan. I wasn't, entirely disappointed. The only disappointment came because of the bugs and stuff like that, and the combat was kind of janky.
No, I got you.
But generally, I think it's what you make of it.
Oh
for
yeah.
me, if you find worth based on how much time you put in a game, the most worth game for me was Destiny. Do you remember how much time I put into that game?
Yeah, we put a lot of time into that. I mean, and for $60, that's fair because that was a fair
Yeah.
price. Because even without like the stupid DLC that
Hmm.
like Activision decided to put in later for money, um, there was still a lot for you to do. Like even if you did have
Yeah.
the DLC, obviously DLCs are like supposed to further your experience and further your quote unquote adventure.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we had fun. We did a lot of
We
we spent
did.
a lot of time in the raids, like like the big levels. And then when Destiny 2 came
Yeah.
around, still kind of lacking. I mean, it still had content, but it was definitely lacking content because I feel like they were just
Because
preparing all
it
that stuff for
removed a
DLC.
lot of the content that you had in Destiny, just
They
in the
yeah, they
regular
just
one.
it's like what if we took Destiny and pushed it somewhere else? And as they pushed it, they lost all their content.
Exactly. um, but yeah, so like, do you determine? I know we've kind of gotten off topic of like Black Friday, but it's a big thing when you're talking about like value
Hmm.
of the game. So to get your best value, of course, you want to spend the least amount of money and play the most amount of game. But in terms of like what you can get for games just based on their own price, there are very good deals available on Black Friday. And it's really the deals that come out are on games that aren't old games, games that came out maybe a couple months ago. I mean, we said Black Friday. We said Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which came out like a month ago. It's already on sale for 20% off, which is kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, it's also a good game. Like I would probably see. Here's the thing. I probably would say it's $60. It's worth a $60 price tag
Yeah.
because it's got three separate modes. It's got a story mode, multiplayer mode, and a co-op mode.
Hmm.
But I think, mainly people that at least I talk to buy Call of Duty for the campaign because they want to see, oh, it's a people can like people say Call of Duty is like a shooting gallery.
Yeah.
So and then people play the campaign to see, oh, is that true? Did they really do that this year? And then multiplayer, like I said in the last podcast, it's your basic multiplayer. So I would probably say it's worth maybe $60,
Yeah.
maybe $50 at the least, because it still has a
Yeah.
lot of content. Like multiplayer, you'll be playing for hours and hours and hours on end.
Yeah.
Co-op, they're adding free stuff. Well, obviously they're going to add free stuff throughout the whole game's development. Well, I would say it's worth it
Oh
because
yeah.
if Infinity Ward delivers on their promises,
Hmm.
then it's totally worth $60. It's totally worth it. But for a game
Yeah,
like,
for
let's
sure.
say, I don't know, for a game, let's say like, I don't know what game, like let's say Resident Evil 5. I don't know, just
Yeah.
I'm throwing games out there. For Resident Evil 5, the remastered or not remastered, the
Hmm.
one, oh, it is remastered, yeah, because it
Yeah. Yeah.
from PS3 to PS4. I would probably say that's worth a solid 30, not a 50 or a
Yeah.
60 in the slightest. Only because A, it was remastered, B, there's still glitches, C, it's
Hmm.
like the story kind of blows, and the multiplayer, that's the story blows. It does. I think that's what got Alpha Team. The multiplayer,
Oh, that's the one.
that's where it came from. That's
Oh,
dude. I'm telling you, if we
I think
if
that's
you
what
ever
got
buy
Alpha
Resident Evil
Team.
5, if you buy Resident Evil 5 and we witness that scene, that's a match made in heaven. And
Yeah.
then there's multiplayer to it, but the multiplayer is that no one
Yeah.
has ever touched it.
Oh,
So I would probably say it's worth a solid 30 at best.
okay. And that's like another thing. Like a lot of those like ports onto the Nintendo Switch, like Overwatch. Like, why would you put
Uh,
Overwatch
and they
at a
put
$60?
Payday 2 on the Switch too for like $50, and I'm like, Payday 2 is
Yeah.
that's a horrible port. That's
Yeah.
horrible. No one bought it. Barely
and
anyone bought it.
and yeah, and if you're gonna that's like another thing with the Switch, like you're getting like you can get it better, like a better experience on like an Xbox or a PlayStation.
Hmm.
But anyway, I mean, why would you put a game like Overwatch, which is like 3 years old now, at $60? It's the game everybody else has been playing, and you can get for like $10. Like, who's gonna pay for that?
Yeah.
But anyway, if you want to talk about value, at least for me, it's in Assassin's Creed Odyssey because
Facts.
I originally, when it came out last year in
Yes.
October, and I originally bought like the Ultimate Edition. So I got the
Everything.
base. It was everything. Yeah, I think I got it for, is it 110, 100?
Yeah, but you got a bunch of cool stuff. It wasn't like, oh, you got a bunch of online currency.
No, no, no. I got the physical edition, so I got the steelbook.
The
You got
helmet or the
the
mask. Not the mask, the helmet. I got it right the first time.
no, I didn't get any like what's it called? Statues or anything.
No, like the keychain helmet.
Oh yeah, the keychain helmet. Yeah, yeah. If you pre-ordered at GameStop specifically, you get that keychain helmet.
Remember when we
Um,
completely finessed GameStop? Like we walked in there and said, "Hey, I didn't get because you needed to get your keychain because you didn't get it." And you
yeah,
walked in and said, "Hey, I need my keychain." And then the other guy turned to me and said, "Do you have one?" And I said, "Yeah," but he still gave me another one anyway. So we kind of just low key
yeah,
finessed it.
yeah. It's like nobody tell.
Yeah, it's like nobody tell. Even though he gave me an extra $2 keychain, you could probably get at Hot Topic.
Yeah, honestly, like they probably just get them in mass for like, oh, you want 10,000 keychains? Yeah, here's $20.
It's like the best I can do is $20.
Yeah. But yeah, so you got that. You got the base game, and you got the season pass
Mm-hmm.
for the Ultimate Edition. And I put, I think on my one playthrough, I put 100 hours.
I
I
would
still
believe it.
I still haven't finished the end of the Atlantis DLC, so I could probably still put another maybe 10.
Oh yeah,
But if you go on uh, like how much money to time played, it's about $1 per hour played.
yeah. So you basically got your yeah. If we're going by that conversion, then yeah, you definitely
Yeah,
made
it's
up your
like
time.
that's a pretty good deal. And so then you could say, that was a worth buy.
Yeah, I remember. I think if we're going by that comparison, I would have more because I paid the $60 price tag for like just a standard edition, and then an extra 20 for the pass. So it's like $80
Yeah, yeah.
or
And that's
80
buying it
or
now,
85.
so
Yeah,
you can see how like the price of and value of games just drops.
oh yeah,
Um but anyway, that's just our thing. Let's actually talk about, instead of talking about prices and not non-fun stuff. Let's talk about
fun stuff.
fun stuff. Let's talk about Assassin's Creed Odyssey a little bit.
Yes,
It's a game that I don't
fantastic
know.
game.
It's a fantastic game. I don't know if it gained like. I think it just generally people said it was a good game.
People said it was a
Nobody.
good game, but some people I talked to said that they would have been okay if they just called it Odyssey.
Yeah, yeah,
Like just take off the Assassin's Creed name.
yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, there wasn't a lot of
Assassination.
assassin, assassinating. Um,
Well,
in the game. I
they
mean, you
kind of substituted
can.
the blade for the spear of Leonidas. So they take your pick really.
Yeah, that's true. You can, but it's not. It's
I,
not like.
I think Ubisoft realized it, and then they said, "Oh, hey, the first DLC, you get an assassin."
Yeah. Um. Oh yeah, the hidden blade. And it connects it pretty well to the rest of the
It
thing.
does. They for some reason I don't know how they were able to do it, but they actually kind of did it flawlessly. Because I remember I was sitting there and they kind of showed everything like, "Oh, this organization is going to grow up to be this, and look at all the stuff that's happening," and it narrates everything from Assassin's Creed Odyssey all the way to like what Assassin's Creed, I think Revelations maybe. I don't know
Yeah.
how far they went. I think they went farther than that,
But
but
it's a
it was
cool
awesome.
story, and
It was
like
amazing.
the world, ancient Greece is built so beautifully by Ubisoft. I think it's Ubisoft Montreal.
Yeah, and they did now they did Discovery Tours where you play as
Discovery
like a
Tour is
no name
awesome.
character. You have like a no name character, and then like the character, and there's other characters that give you like a tour of like Athens, for example.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's such an awesome game, and especially now, if you can get the game with the season pass for like 50-$60, it's so worth it.
Oh,
You
it's
have
definitely worth it.
you have so I mean, a lot of people complained that it was too much gameplay. There was like too much. They kind of dragged the story
You
out.
see, people are never happy. It's either there's not enough or there's too much. There's no
Yeah.
middle ground with people.
Yeah, like a lot of people were saying that they were getting mad at like the XP. Like you had to do a lot of stuff to get your level up so you could do the next mission. And then you
Yeah,
could also, I think Ubisoft put in the game like XP boosters that you could pay for, but I think
I
since
can see
since
that.
then they've taken them out.
Yeah,
Um
they're like, oh.
yeah. I don't know if
I
they're
know
back
what's it
in yet.
called.
I haven't seen.
No, I haven't. No, I don't think they're back. But I know
Oh,
what they
okay.
did was they said recommended for you. I think there is because they said recommended for you, and what they showed me was what was it? It was like a permanent booster, and it
Hmm.
was like a permanent XP boost and a permanent credits boost. But credits after you like get to the end game, you're pretty much stacked, so you don't
Oh
really need a
yeah.
credit booster.
Yeah. Could you play the game on story mode?
What story mode? The one where they kind of like take away your radar?
No. Oh, yeah. That's like hard mode or whatever, or story mode.
Story
But
mode? No, I don't
but I'm
know.
saying
I don't
like
know.
the level of difficulty. Can you play it in like a story mode where the enemies don't do as much damage and stuff?
I don't know. I played it on. Oh man, I forgot. Were there
Because
difficulties in Assassin's Creed? Were there difficulties in Odyssey?
I think there were, yeah. There had
I
to have
don't know.
been
I
for
don't
the
remember,
enemies.
to be honest,
You
because
can
it
play
was
the
so
game
long ago.
generally in one of two ways, though. You can play it just traditional Assassin's Creed, where you have like the radar and you have the objective markers that kind of take you where you need to go, or you can play it like this cool way, which is I'm not sure exactly, like immersive mode, something like that, where
Hmm.
you have no radar and you have no objective
And you have to
markers.
listen to the people.
You have to listen, you have to talk to the people, and you have to do all the like voice options and stuff like that to have them hint where like the next objective is. Like if the
Yeah,
objective is by a red tree, they'll say I remember him. I remember this guy who killed this guy was running by a red tree and he got
yeah,
scratched or whatever.
yeah. Or if like you got to go to the objective, like I think the first mission's like you got to go like, and they'll tell you. I think they tell you like, hey, the vineyard's like on the northeast corner, but obviously you
Oh
don't have a
yeah.
map. You don't have a map, so you can't say anything. So maybe they'll say like, oh, it's like, oh, I remember I got wine from this vineyard that's on the other side of them. They'll like point it out for you. They'll spell it out for you. They'll say, oh, I
Yeah.
remember it's on the other side of the mountain. You're like,
Uh-huh.
oh.
Yeah. And it's cool to play it that way. I didn't play it that way. I just went more traditional because I
Yeah, I
didn't.
did too. But I did look it up, and they do have difficulties.
Yeah. Okay.
They do have difficulties,
Is
and
one of
there's
the
also the hardest difficulty was nightmare,
nightmare, and then what's the lowest difficulty?
like normal,
Oh,
easy. No, it's just
normal.
easy. It's just easy,
Oh,
easy,
easy.
normal. You know.
Okay. Well, I guess they don't have like
Oh
a
no, no,
story
it's
mode.
no. I'm sorry. It's what is it? Very light, normal, and heavy. So for very light, content is around 4 levels below your level. Light is content is around 2 levels below your level. Heavy, all enemies remain at your level, and normal, no change in the difficulty settings.
Yeah. Okay. Because a lot of games nowadays have like a story difficulty where
Story's nice.
yeah, it's
Oh,
nice because
I played it. I think I played one game on a story, and I'm like, ooh.
yeah, because it kind of like cuts a lot of the difficulty out of the game. I mean, if
Hmm.
you want a challenge, it's not like your favorite, but if you want to be immersed in the story, it removes a
Hmm.
lot of like the hassle of like doing the same thing over and over again. I mentioned on like the last podcast where I was talking about Jedi Fallen Order. I played it in the story mode, and it makes it so much more enjoyable, at least for me,
Yeah.
where you feel like you're a lot more like of a badass Jedi.
Hmm.
I finished the game since then, and you could see like
The
when you play it on the
difficulty.
story mode, yeah, you could kind of like swipe through people easily,
Yeah.
and you feel like that lightsaber has like some meat behind it, some
He,
power.
Hearing the
Uh,
stormtroopers kill you though is kind of funny because I remember I was watching a video. I was watching a different video where this guy was playing on Jedi Grandmaster, the hardest difficulty, and a stormtrooper killed him. And the stormtroopers are so shocked, like, "Hey, we have to call this in, right? Do we do this?"
yeah,
They're so
yeah.
confused when they kill
Or
you.
they'll say like, "I can't believe I got a Jedi."
Yeah, or I know one of the weirdest characters has to be the Purge Trooper because he just sounds like a creep. Where he's
Oh,
like, "Hey,
he
come here,
does.
Jedi, keep hitting me, keep hitting me." I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
you know what? I'm just gonna leave you to it. I'll
yeah,
see you guys later.
and you're trying to like guard break him, like get down his little
Yeah,
parry
but
meter
he
or
just loves
whatever.
the pain.
Yeah, and he's like, yes,
I'm
yes.
like,
It's like,
get away from me,
okay.
away from you, creep.
But yeah, Assassin's Creed is a very fun game.
I love
Uh,
the I like most of the Assassin's Creed games. They've got a lot of good some had a lot of good DLC, a lot of pretty good DLC. I know the
yeah.
what is it, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. They had a
Hmm.
DLC where obviously it was in Victorian London. So one of the DLCs was you played as Jack the Ripper, but Jack the Ripper they obviously screwed up the continuity where they said like, he was an assassin and he had like a hidden blade or something like that. I'm like, okay, sure.
It's like, sure, okay.
I'll go with that.
Um, well, we'll go with that.
Whatever you say,
The history like bending is really cool,
mm-hmm,
especially like I mean, I think at least for me, it's probably the same for you. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is like really cool because it's of course it's Greek.
mm-hmm.
It takes
Oh
place
yeah.
in Greek. Um, so we're just kind
I
of like
also
for
like
that.
Yeah, I also liked an Assassin's Creed 2. Obviously, we're not Italian, but it's seeing the like seeing I don't know what that has to do with anything, but seeing the history like in Assassin's Creed 2, what is it, Brotherhood, Revelations, seeing like playing with that one character and seeing the progression of the history of like Italy and I believe different parts of it, and then you actually work with like Da Vinci and to like invent new things. That's really cool. Like you get to see like history progress right in front of you, even though it's like
Oh yeah.
sci-fi. You get to still see it progress.
That's like a really cool thing about Assassin's Creed, where they take you back, and I know with like Unity and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of like
Fell apart.
stumbled a little bit, but I think since then they've kind of taken a new approach with Origins and Odyssey.
Yeah, and plus I'm looking at it now. Odyssey is $25 for the gold edition. It is $25 from 100.
Really? Oh my god,
Yeah,
that's so worth.
it's a steal. And then
That's a
the normal
steal.
edition is $60 to 18.
Yeah.
It's really
So
good.
yeah, definitely a recommend, especially at that price. And I know now for like a Black Friday sale, they also have like the total um what's it called? What's it called? The like the Assassin's Creed collection. I mean,
Yeah, the
a
legendary
lot of
collection.
these yeah, the legendary
Yeah,
collection, that's
I'm
what
looking
it's
at it right
called.
now. It's listen to this from $200 to $66.
Yeah. Like you're getting like 7 games for the price of like one game,
Yeah, but no one
which
really
is
cares about
cool.
Black Flag though.
Yeah.
Black Flag
Yeah.
kind of sucked. Black Flag, Assassin's Creed, Rogue, Unity, Syndicate, Origins, and Odyssey. Only 3 of these are good.
Still, it's a lot of game for what you get. And
$66.
I know by the time this episode is out, those deals won't be available. But hopefully, a lot of cool deals are around during the holiday. I think it's between the Christmas holiday, which is December 25th, to like just past New Year's, like the 5th. I know a lot of like PlayStation deals. They put a lot of deals then. So
Mm-hmm.
these games that are discounted now, they're probably going to be even more discounted then.
Oh yeah.
Remember, that's when I got when last year I think it was when we got the Ghost Recon.
Oh yeah. Wildlands was like
The
12 bucks.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, very very cheap, and you got the whole game. Still didn't play it, but
I played
you
it.
know.
I played it to the end.
Oh, you did?
Sucked.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I figured. So
Sucked.
I'm like, I couldn't
Horrible.
get through the world. I couldn't like in that game. I couldn't see. I feel like all the entire thing. It was the same problem with Far Cry 4, where
Far Cry 4 was okay.
I feel like the character models and things weren't distinct enough where I
No,
could
they weren't.
easily like pick apart things in the world.
Yeah,
It just seemed like a sort of impressionistic canvas to me.
because
And I just
they were trying to copy Far Cry 3. Like, okay, cool. Far Cry 3 worked. How can we kind of like shove this onto our other game?
yeah.
The Far
I
Cry
don't
5
know.
flopped.
That was like the main thing for me. I didn't really have an issue, at least with Far Cry, with like the combat or anything like
Did
that.
you ever play Far Cry 3?
Far Cry 3, no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh,
I
you're
got
missing
it
out, bro.
for Far Cry 5,
You're
that
missing it out,
remaster
dude.
one.
It's so good. I remember I was playing it, and I 100%ed it. Like I said, I got all the achievements. I got all the trophies.
Uh-huh.
I 100% of the game completely. And as I was playing, I played it on the hardest difficulty too. And
Mhm.
the difficulty levels are so funny. Like easy, it's obviously I think they do have a story. It's easy story, easy, normal, hard. But if you go to like hard, it'll be like, oh, this is worse than malaria or something like that. Like they'll have like stupid like descriptions. Like as they go, I'm like, cool. But as I was playing it, I remembered from when I played it from the PS3 and the 360 because I played it on both. I
Yeah.
just remember making fun of it. I don't know why, but that's how I like kind of interact with games. I kind of like make fun of it, like, oh, this is gonna happen. But since I played the game like twice, I obviously know what's gonna happen. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, look, he's gonna run through here. Oh, you're gonna jump through another burning building. What a surprise! Sweet new tattoo. Because in the game, whenever you started off with like a small little tattoo, like a little bird,
Mhm.
and every time you upgraded your skill tree, there were 3 skill trees, and every time you upgraded a point, it would add on to your tattoo until you have a full sleeve at the end of the game.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool, like, way to change up the character
Oh, it
and
is.
kinda show, like, the progression of the kid that
Well,
same
you can also see
character.
the progression of the character because he goes from like because your character's like a rich boy, and
Yeah.
they like skydive onto an island, and the island's obviously infested by pirates. So you see him go from like a soft boy to like, oh my god, I'll never hurt a fly to the end where he's like, I will kill all of you if you move like 2 steps.
Yeah. Like, now, I guess since we're talking about deals and we're talking about upcoming deals, maybe, like, Far Cry 5, if you get Far Cry 5 with the season pass, I think it comes with Far Cry 3, right?
Yes, but Far Cry 3, you can still buy it on its own. I would say buy Far Cry 3 on its
Oh,
own.
yeah. I forgot you could do
I
that.
would say buy Far Cry 3 on its own. Far Cry 5 is just
Yeah.
okay. The
You don't
DLC
need
suck. Like I was watching videos and Ubisoft's just laughing in your face. Like I can't believe these guys bought these DLCs. What losers! Like it
I know.
sucks, dude. I was watching like
Yeah.
the zombie DLC. Like it's so like I'm like scratching my head right now. It's so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
It's how could you make it that like so many people bought the season pass. Keep in mind they probably bought it for Far Cry 3. But
I mean
like
that's
come on.
kind of what I did.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember I was
and
gonna
then I
buy
still
it.
didn't play Far Cry 3 or any of the DLCs, so yeah,
Well
I just
play
gave it
Far
up.
Cry 3, dude.
Uh,
It's a long game. It's fairly long, but it keeps you grounded. So it's not like Far Cry 4, for example, where it's like, oh, you got to do a bunch of missions for the resistance. And the resistance, you got to pick, should you give it to this person or this person? And then, you kill the other person. It's just like, listen, the whole purpose of the game is, listen, you're on this island, go find your friends and have fun.
yeah,
Kill everybody.
I guess. I don't
So
know.
Far
I
Cry
just don't have
3
the
is the
time
best one.
now, you know.
Far Cry 2
Much.
was weird. I know I'm kind of getting off topic, but Far Cry 2 was weird. Like, it was very different.
Uh-huh.
Because your gun would jam, and it would be really funny. You putting in like,
Oh yeah,
you would
you
put
get
in like an
malaria, right?
RPG. Yeah. You would put like an RPG rocket, and then you'd go to shoot it, and then the whole gun just explodes in your hands, and you're like, okay. And then you go to pull out a pistol, and the pistol just starts breaking. It's like, where did I buy these?
Yeah. My favorite above all in Far Cry is where you just pull things out of your
Yeah, it's Far Cry
hands.
3. That's Far Cry 3.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Far Cry 3?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, where you like pull like glass shards, or you keep bandaging the same left arm over and over. That's Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Far
it's
Cry
like
3.
you get an explosion like to your right. You expect to have like shards of glass on your right side,
Like now
and
you're
for
just
some
covering up a
reason to
cut.
heal, he just like bandages his left arm, and you're
Yeah.
like,
There's
ah,
something where if you take a fall, or if you take a fall, like you'll crack your arm back into place, but it's really bad because your arm will be like floppy like a dead fish, and then you'll like, and then all of a sudden you hear, and like, oh, fixed it.
yeah. It's like, okay.
Sure.
I mean, on the move medicine, I guess.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think you can really stop at a pharmacy in front of a pirated island.
That's true. You're right. You just got to do it yourself.
You gotta do what you have to. It ain't much, but it's honest work.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
He a little confused, but he got the spirit.
You're a little confused. You got the spirit. I think those two memes
Really
will
coincide
describe.
with each other.
Will it really coincide with each other? And I think they're really going to coincide with the next segment, our final segment for today's episode, which is an introduction to Beater. Now,
oh yeah, that's right. I guess I really haven't like talked about myself.
Yeah, so that's what we figured. We're planning out this episode, and we're like, what about another topic, a new topic? And I just thought, I'm kind of always talking about myself on the podcast episodes because I have my own episodes where I'm not talking to Beater all the time. But Beater has been such
the
a
episodes
staple
where
in
I'm on
the
the podcast, but the episodes where I'm not on the podcast, you kind of miss me, don't I?
That's true. You're right. I do. And
It's
because
honest.
now, yeah, exactly. Beater has been such a staple on the podcast now that I feel like he deserves his own like.
I deserve my own. I deserve to be grounded in the podcast.
You deserve to be grounded in the logs community.
Yeah.
So how about you just take it
Ignited.
away? Yeah, just we'll give you the floor. We're gonna clear the floor, and you just do us an introduction. Tell us whatever. Tell us who Beater is. Tell us, we know you're an awesome guy. You're a gamer.
Yes.
But what else?
All right, let's do this. So for everyone, Beater, it's kind of like my online kind of persona thing, like where I'm always kind of like cracking jokes and kind of doing my own thing. But obviously, my name is Peter. I'm a freshman in college, and my major is psychology. And I've really, really, really just been interested in that field for quite some time. I believe the reason why I wanted to get into it is because all my friends would ask me for advice, and then in that moment, you would kind of feel like a shrink. So that's when I finally decided, you know what, let's do it. Let's get grounded in it. Let's really see where this could take off. And I just feel, I guess my main goal really in life is just to help others and just make sure that if I can make at least one person smile, or if I can make one person's day better, that's just all really what I need to push myself forward and really just have a fun time with enjoying life. Because I just, even though you'll see me on the podcast cracking jokes and trying to have fun, kind of like throw my spiel around and see if I can get people to laugh. Because that's just my main goal. Like I said, my main goal is just to make people laugh, make people smile, and the logs. One of the things from the logs is always remember to laugh a little. And
Exactly.
if you just follow that, you laugh a little, you have some fun, you get a group of friends going. That's just the best thing you could ever do if you have just that support system, just a smile, I said, like I've probably said like a million times, have fun. And yeah, I'm just really glad that I'm on these podcasts. I really,
I'm
thank my
really
cousin
glad that
Yanni.
you're on here.
I thank my cousin Yanni for really letting me on these podcasts because it's just a way to kind of like express myself, see how the world's doing, kind of voice my opinion around the world.
Exactly.
And just to see what type of magic my cousin and I can make because we're basically the dynamic duo.
I mean, I hope that everybody else can see it.
We really work well off each other.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be a little honest. I didn't listen to the first part of that. So did you talk?
Wow, really shows you care for me. So hey, tell us a little bit about yourself. All right, guys, I'm gonna go.
Hey, tell us a little about yourself. Mutes Mike, leaves the room.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? So, hey.
What was I gonna say? Did you tell so what are you doing at school or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay, you
I
did.
said my name. What?
Yeah.
I'm a freshman in college. I'm going for psychology, and I kind of gave a little brief description of why I want to do it.
Gotcha. Did you give him your social security number?
No, not yet. That's actually I'm saving it for the logs after dark. For logs after dark.
Oh, the logs after dark. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the logs after dark.
Darn right.
Darn tootin' right. All right, guys. Well, thank you, thank you, Peter, for being on this podcast episode.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to have you on here and just talk and laugh and just do random stuff, which is always fun.
I mean, that's basically my nature.
That's the nature. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what we're here. That's what Beater's Corner is about.
Beater's Corner.
Beater's Corner.
Forever to be grounded in the logs.
Exactly. Grounded in the logs is a thing. So and thank you guys, for listening to this episode of Beater's Corner.
Listening. Yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna go with it. Beater's Corner. And I lost my train. You know what? You do the outro. I lost my train of thought.
All right, so I really want to thank everybody for listening to this episode of the Logs Podcast. Thank you to all our loyal listeners, and for the newcomers that are coming in, feel free to check out the other podcasts down below. We've got different topics from voice logs, where it's just us, kind of like spitting stuff, kind of like just jumping into it, chilling and grilling. We've got game chat where we talk about gaming in society, and all that fun stuff with our gaming group with a super excellent cast. We've got Are You Into Conspiracy Theories? Check out Karen and Ron, a small mini series where they kind of where my cousin Yanni and my other cousin Christina go into different conspiracy theories, and it'll really pick your brain, and it'll really you'll kind of think, oh wait, I've kind of thought of that too. Am I kind of, you can be your own Karen and Ron.
Exactly. That's a really fun series. I like that.
And also, follow the logs. We're talking Instagram, Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram, Peter_Giano. Please follow me, any followers.
In the description.
Which will be in the description. And if you are looking to cop some or get some amazing logs merch, you can check out the link in my bio on Instagram, Peter_Giano. One more time, please follow me. Or in the logs, on Instagram, which is just the logs, one word. And yeah, I just really wanted to thank my cousin Yanni again for letting me on this podcast. I just really enjoy this type of stuff, and I'm always down to keep doing these.
For sure.
And this has been Voice Logs. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. I love you.
Bye.